Tomorrow is the anniversary of the death of Catherine Genovese, who was murdered near her home in the year 1964. Due to the fact that initial witnesses did not respond to save this woman, the day has been named National Good Samaritan Day. In the spirit of the holiday, we have Bob LaFaro from LaFaro Insurance Agency here to talk about insurance protection for Good Samaritans. Bob, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jill.
So what insurance advice do you have to offer with regard to someone who may want to be prepared in case they find themselves in the position of acting as a Good Samaritan?
So the good news is, Jill, the Good Samaritan PA Act states that anyone who provides emergency care or first aid is not liable for acts or omissions, assuming they were not grossly negligent. They do have to have a current certificate for completion of training, as well as being consistent with applying the procedures. The question that comes up more often is whether people are protected while they're volunteering for something.
Okay, since volunteering doesn't necessarily include the element of spontaneous rendering of aid, could you cite some examples of where insurance protection may be needed for them?
So when it comes to volunteering for a business, the good news is the standard industry language for general liability does include provisions to protect a volunteer. Volunteers who are performing duties related to the conduct of the business are protected for issues such as bodily injury or property damage. Do keep in mind there are some limitations. Also, carriers who use their own language or use older forms of the standard language may not necessarily extend the same coverage for the volunteers. In addition, the standard language typically includes a small amount of medical expense coverage. It's available for third-party injuries regardless of fault. This coverage is also extended to the volunteers.
Now, are there any coverage pitfalls for volunteers under the commercial general liability?
Good question, Jill. And yes, going back to what I just mentioned, volunteers are included in the medical expense coverage. But again, coverage is minimal and nothing provided beyond that. Next logical place is workers' compensation, but endorsements are required to extend coverage of volunteers, and therefore also ongoing debates as to whether these solutions are truly viable. Another situation to be leery of is a volunteer using their own vehicle for an organization. The organization can have coverage in place protecting itself from the accident, but the volunteer typically is on their own, relying on their own insurance. There was a court case in Wisconsin involving a woman who ran a red light, severely injuring another driver. She was a member and volunteer of a local church. The final outcome was a judgment of $18 million.
Now, to wrap up, can volunteers find protection under their homeowners or personal umbrella?
Since they're not owning or running the business, there's typically no exclusion for bodily injury or property damage. As we discussed in the past, however, if they're serving the role of director or officer, you can have a professional liability exposure. Therefore, it's best to check with the organization you're volunteering for and/or your local agent.
Bob LaFaro from the LaFaro Insurance Agency, thank you so much about talking about Good Samaritan coverage.
Thank you, Jill.